Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam! I'm Rob Van Dam. The whole show.
From Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing 230 pounds,
Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, back in business. What's up?
Yes, sir. Happy whatever day this is.
Thursday. Trash
Yeah,
night. It's trash night.
Yeah, just like
It
old
is.
times.
Just like the old times.
Get
Devon!
the trash.
Get the trash.
Yeah, I guess we're pretty much trying every day of the week, aren't we?
Oh, we are. We're dabbling every day. We're gonna knock every day out, and then we'll decide which one's the best for us.
Yeah, I guess nobody gives a fuck, and so just whatever works.
Hey, whatever.
I've always been like on whatever works, but we try to keep it regular.
Yeah, try to keep it a little regular.
Kind of ish.
Yeah, a roundabout way, right? Right.
Not really.
Nah.
No.
Oh, what's up, everybody? We did try to go live a little bit last night, but didn't happen. So we did go live for a little bit, and I talked to some fans, but
Yeah.
we're back tonight. And
Yeah,
live.
sorry for leaving you guys hanging. I took a nap. I took earlier in the day. I took the hydroxy 7O, which is like one way to describe it is like a super powered kratom. In fact, I'm quite sure that people get the two mixed up when they talk about kratom and how dangerous it is and call it gas station heroin and shit, because the 7O hydroxy is way, 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 way stronger. And it does have the active ingredient, mitragina, that's in kratom. But besides that, it's not really kratom. So kratom doesn't really like hydroxy being associated with it on a personal level, but they work together in the business field. And so anyway, man, I took a quarter of one, which I think the whole thing is, I can't remember if it's 250 milligram or 500 milligram for a whole pill, but I took a quarter and I broke the quarter in half. And then earlier in the day, man, I was just feeling so good. And I was like, like, wow, like this, man, my body feels great. I feel great and up, and like, man, it's from that hydroxy. That's awesome. And so I thought I'd take a little bit more. I still didn't even finish a quarter of it though, because I broke the quarter up into like 3 pieces, and I took another of the other piece. And Katie was like, "What is wrong with you?" and I just, it really, really hit me hard. And I took a nap. And then when I woke up, I checked my phone and had the messages about the show, and it was already over. I completely forgot about it. Usually I forget. That's normal. I forget all day Thursday until it gets like an hour or two before. I keep going, oh, fuck, that's right. I got to do the podcast tonight, and how many hours do I got? I got 4 hours. All right, well, I should be able to work out and do this or whatever. I just cramped my brain into the window of time I can see, and I always have to include equal time to do nothing so I can stare at YouTube and go, duh. But I do learn a lot about our laws and our rights. But anyway, man, that shit. So that's why we're doing it on Thursday. But also, man, that 7O hydroxy, watch for it. It is no joke. I've talked to other wrestlers about it recently. One of the boys, I'm not going to say who it was, suck it, but he said that he had to go to rehab because of it, and of the hydroxy, and he got hooked on that shit. And it's for people with a really, really high tolerance anyway. But having said that, I'm still a big fan of kratom, and I think that people misjudge it based on its cousin, 7-0.
So, Rob, was that the first time you had that version of it?
It wasn't, but it felt like it. And the thing about that, before it would make me tired if I took a quarter of it before, like within, I don't know, 6 hours. If I completed a quarter, then usually I'm going down. And Katie's just looking at me like, "You're gonna take a nap, aren't you?" I'm like, "Why do you say that?" Not it's pretty, but what's scary about it being different than before is like that's what they say when they complain about it. When they say it's gas station heroin, they're saying it's unregulated. You don't know what you're getting because it's not controlled by the federal, Drug and Food Administration and all that shit. That's where people really feel controlled, which is crazy because they let so much shit that goes through that kills us and causes cancers in different ways. But experiencing like way different experiences with the same dosage makes me think that maybe there's something to that about the loose regulations, at least when comparing the two.
Yeah.
2 or 3, maybe.
Right. And I know they're not currently a sponsor with us, but Happy Hippo is a good one for people to go to if you want to check out some kratom and stuff. They got good options. And
total different experience than the 7-0, and I think anyone that has it will tell you that too. And I've always known that, but I'm just, it's not like it wasn't like a life-changing event. I wouldn't even be talking about it, except I'm just genuine and an open and honest dude. And I'm just telling you why I didn't make it yesterday for the show. Telling you why I missed work yesterday, boss. But I wonder in the comments though. I want to check and see if anyone's.
Somebody's giving some feedback about kratom here. If you want me to pop this one up, Anthony Cruz 9227 says you can abuse kratom so just be careful. Anyone that does do it better get it from a good source online that has pure kratom. And then he also added, but kratom helped me come off of heroin. So how about that?
Yeah, that's the story. I know a lot of my friends and peers, got off of opioids and then took kratom to do that. But a lot of the haters then say, well, then you get addicted to kratom and it's just as bad. And I don't think it is as bad, but I've just heard the argument like so many times that I understand that. But the 7-0 is a whole different experience, and the convention here that we were at, Champs, there's a lot of kratom, a lot of CBD, a lot of what here I think is THCH, Delta 9, a lot of shit at the convention, a lot of samples, a lot of giveaways and stuff like that. And that's actually where we got those 7-0s, was samples at some of the booths at the convention. Yeah. But, it's just, you can learn from, I always say, experience is the best teacher, and you can learn from first or second hand or third hand experience, and sometimes I believe there's situations that each calls for. I think that first-hand experience is the most credible, but you can learn from my experience telling you directly. That makes it second-hand experience. Me saying don't fucking eat a fucking half a pill or even a quarter of a pill unless you're from the planet Krypton.
That's right, unless you are Kal-El.
I'm not gonna tell Superman what to do. Who the fuck do I think I am? You know.
Well, I mean, he needs secondhand advice. I think sometimes anybody does. He's got to get the secondhand. He might be Superman. He's just one man, though, nonetheless. Right?
Stay away from the yellow snow.
That's it, right? Don't eat the yellow snow, everyone.
But he needs the yellow sun, so he's got to not get confused.
Don't get confused by yellow snow or the yellow sun.
Yeah, they both have an SN in the last word and everything.
So that's true.
Snow. Yeah,
I'm already confused.
They're basically one typo away from being the exact same thing.
My goodness, you're right.
Maybe did you know Superman got his power from the yellow sun? I'm not surprised. He didn't know.
I actually forgot about that, though.
Not in her world.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that. All right. Let's say hi to some folks in the chat here, though. We got our regulars like Maddie. We have Frankie Terrizzo in here. Triple E's in the house. Steve Soleil. He got his RVD IOU and card the other day, so he got that in the mail.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Maddie, yours is on the way. I sent it out last week, so yours is en route. And we're having 2 giveaways here tonight as well. We got RVD and Hulk Hogan together. It's a TNA card.
Sweet.
So how about that? Yeah, that's a cool one. So you'll get an RVD IOU with this one.
Yeah.
Anyway, hold that and send it to me. Fuck the winner. I need that one.
You want this one? I'll send that one to you.
Right.
Yeah.
I might have it. I don't want to hold it up. I don't even know what I have.
I got plenty of RVD cards, so I'll give another one away. I'll send this one to you.
I just stole it from somebody.
Rob wins this one, everybody. Rob wins this one.
Rob wins.
Oh, yeah. Congrats, Rob. Congrats, Rob. You win this one. You get a free RVD IOU, Rob. That means you get a free autograph from yourself and a picture with yourself.
Dude, it's like a dream come true. Dream. The RVD One of a Kind podcast makes dreams come true.
That's it. So so now
Konnichiwa to our fan. Konnichiwa to our fan from Japan in the chat room.
Oh, shout out. Yes.
They wrote my name in Japanese.
Cool.
That's your name in Japanese.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, the first 3 letters are. The next 2 letters, I'm not sure, so I'm guessing, it's Rob something. Like maybe that's Van Dam. I don't. Oh. But the first 3, the square, backwards 7, and little quotation mark is my name. I actually have it.
Right there.
Yeah, I actually have it on the wall. You can see that the other way right there. But
yeah, let me pop you up. Oh, I do see it.
Right there.
Yeah.
Hey, show that to the Japanese fan. They could probably read the rest of it. Is the next 2 letters the same?
I can't tell either. I can't tell from that far.
Anyway, that's cool. Appreciate you, and thank you for the card. I felt like I was gonna win something today.
You did. Yeah, it was about time, Rob. It was about time you won something. So instead of that one, everybody, the winner tonight will get the RVD Arrives in TNA card with the RVD IOU. So that will be what the grand prize is. And then the second place prize will be this LA Knight Topps Chrome insert card. So if you want to enter, all you have to do is do a $5 super chat. That'll get you entered into the wheel. You can gift the membership. This one is LA Knight, an LA Knight insert card.
I thought it looked like LA Knight.
Yeah. And so that'll be it. So $5 super chat will get you 1, $10 will get you 2, 20 will get you 4, and then whatever else we'll work on all that. But if you just want to ask a question, you can just ask questions, and I always try to keep my eyes peeled for questions anyway. So, Melinda asked Katie, which twin is that? Is that Saba or is that Karma?
This is Saba. This is the one that everybody says looks just like her dad. I was telling Katie, I really don't see it. I mean, I believe it's true because everybody has said so since day one, and I did see it on the picture of her embryo. But that since then, no, I don't see it when I look at her. And Katie's like, "How can you not see it?" But I don't know what But this is
That's Saba.
Saba named after our deceased brother who art in heaven.
Yes,
Sabulinator. What makes her look like me, baby?
It's her profile, like the way Rob's forehead is shaped. Her forehead is shaped like that.
I got a huge forehead like that.
Yeah, and yours goes up and then like turns. It's a big forehead, and then
your nose her nose curves kind of like yours does.
The cheeks. She has
the
like
bridge of your nose,
like him.
Yeah.
Everyone says there's no denying that's his baby. And then the other one, a lot of people say it's like that Karma looks like Katie, and some say that she looks like me, or a mix between us two. So we hear all of it. But Saba's got my personality though. Look how laid back she is, and
she's so chill.
Yeah.
She's like chill. That a lot when her sister's being dramatic.
It's definitely the yin and the yang for sure.
Yeah, you chill, huh, Saba?
Yeah, they are yin yang twins.
We already knew their personalities in the womb. That's what's so funny about it. Like when tracing their actual characteristics and personalities from every time we go and look at their photos, and the nurses tell us something about her, they'll say, which the baby number 1 is like, really aggressive and like kicking baby 2, and baby 2 is just relaxing, and they've just always been like that.
Yeah.
How about that? What a neat experience that is too, to kind of get the idea who they are early in the womb, and then when they come out,
so cool.
Like that too. Yeah.
And nobody could know them as well as Katie, because she could like feel them in her tummy and actually feel how they're reacting and what they're doing and stuff, and go off of that. So, sometimes she'd be like, she could feel specifically that the baby underneath, baby number 2, was doing something, and not baby 1. And that's like, you couldn't even see that unless you had a, whatever the fucking echo. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could feel it. And so anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
Pretty awesome.
Seeing their personalities in my tummy, and then also seeing them as babies.
Seeing how consistent that shit is, like how certain traits just stay and keep moving forward with them, like that's how you see someone develop into a person, I guess.
It'll be neat to see how they develop too as kids and like toddlers, and then they grow up, and like what their personality will Saba be more chill still at that point, or what will happen? It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
she will.
She talks, and she'll get in a talkative mood, and then she talks so loud.
Yeah.
It's funny because she's so quiet right now, but then when she starts talking, it's very loud.
She's always quiet on the show. Whenever she's here.
She's getting tired, so that's why I think maybe I should wake up Karma.
That's my favorite thing is when they talk to me. We have conversations, and it's just so funny because they seem like they're speaking with such conviction, like they really got something to get off their chest and tell me.
Yeah, they really want to express something to you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
If y'all like my shirt, go to www.shop.com. This is the new. We hold it for a second. Model this.
Oh.
This is the new RVD shirt on www.shop.com, and then I really like the back.
Oh, nice.
Good night, Rob.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Yeah. Oh, so that's brand new on the shop. Check it out.
I'm gonna get Rob one.
I bet if I wear that at a signing, that when's my next signing? What is this?
Here.
Oh, there's a calendar right in front of me. If I wear this to Spokane, Washington on June 7th, I bet you I'll have so many fans asking, like, where do I get that shirt?
Yeah, and you can go.
I bet you.
And it's like having 3 Robs right here. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Like the same.
3 RVDs. 3 RVDs. It's great. WWEshop.com, folks.
Okay.
Get your
Okay.
RVD shirt there.
Good luck. Here's a model right here.
Okay, you're staying with me.
Dave G says RVD has always been a major influence since I first saw him in 1998 TNN ECW. Keep up the great work, Rob, and congratulations on the new family. Much love, brother. Thanks.
Thank you very much for that. It's yeah, it's crazy that like we'll sit on the couch. Like we had a Zoom meeting earlier that me and Katie were both involved in, and then she's got both of the babies, and then both of the dogs come over and sit on my lap, and we're like, we got the whole family with us. That's like,
they all want to interact.
yeah, that's becoming the new norm for a lot of things, you know, because we all like to be together. We got a big family of love. That's one thing I gotta say is, like, if there's one thing that these babies hear 100 times a day, it's definitely "I love you," because me and Katie have always been like that, like all day. Like that's how we check each other. We say it because we want to, but we also check each other, you know, just by making sure it gets said like right back. "I love you, baby," and then she's always 100% of the time is gonna say "I love you." If she doesn't, then I would know, like, you know, something's wrong or whatever. But it's a way of like saying, okay, cool, we're both in a good vibe, feeling good, or whatever. But I tell my dogs I love them, tell the babies I love them, and really I got that from her, I would think. I mean, she taught me how to be open and that it's okay to love, damn it.
It is, man.
They're good people, damn it.
Good people. Karma's in the house too.
Yeah, and yeah, we got the whole family. Here comes the
whole
doggies.
here. I tell you what, Rob, there's so many pro wrestling podcasts, like it's oversaturated. The market's oversaturated. But I think we're the only pro wrestling podcast that consistently has babies on the show.
We're brand now.
And we consistently have weed, just not on the same, not at the same time, but that could be confusing to people.
That can be, right? Yes.
Yeah, baby. Remember that dude? Remember Steve Solette? You know who that is?
Yeah.
He said that somewhere in here he said that you look great, and okay, where was it?
Thank you.
Somewhere he said that you look great. And the shirt's awesome, and that you look great. And I just wanted to bring that point up too. Like I think Katie's like in better shape than she was before the pregnancy. It's like amazing, like how she snapped back into it, and then I guess having babies was good on her.
Yeah.
It was good for her because it looks amazing. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Katie, how long did it take you to get back into like the gym rhythm that you used to be in before the pregnancy? Like
not long at all. I started working out when I was cleared to do so 6 weeks after having the kids. And then it felt actually easier because I was used to working out pregnant, and then everything felt so hard, like being out of breath and carrying around all that extra weight. So then when I wasn't pregnant, I felt like I was right before like I got pregnant. Like I felt like in perfect shape, and now I'm even more motivated after having that time that I had to take off. So now I like don't take a workout for granted. And since I work so hard all day and night taking care of kids, I feel more motivated in the gym too, because that's my only time to like pour into myself. And I feel like the more I can pour into me, the more I can. They say like you can't fill someone else's cup if your cup's empty. So I feel like the more like I work on myself, the better mom and wife I can be to them too.
That's the thing too, is people don't really think about like getting that time to yourself to kind of recharge the batteries, quote unquote, or whatever. It's like
Bruce Lee said you can't learn unless you empty your cup.
But you gotta fill your cup to empty your cup.
Oh.
I like both. I like both that Bruce Lee and Katie's.
Yeah. So it definitely has given me a whole nother motivation and more meaning in my workouts.
That's crazy that she can keep going, because I feel tired after getting way enough sleep, and I still am like, why is bed so fucking comfortable? It's so hard to get out. And she sleeps like an hour at a time, and then she's up for maybe an hour, however long it takes. And every once in a while, the babies just go off screaming at the same time. And even Saba Zen here, when she wakes up and she's hungry, that's all she knows, to do to say, hey, I'm fucking hungry. I need to eat is to cry, And sometimes she'll be good. Like when you say, hold on, I'm getting it. Sometimes she almost seems to understand that. But.
Yeah, she's a little bit more patient than her sister. This one is our little hothead.
She wants it. She wants it when she wants it. Dax just says, no way, mini RVDs.
Does everyone in the chat room think that Saba looks like RVD?
Yeah, let us know. Do you guys think that? Do you see the resemblance in Saba with?
Put a 1 in the chat room if you think she looks like me. Put a 2 if you don't think she looks like me.
That new rib shot is good with you.
Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
You go
a really good one.
A 1. So we got a 1.
Okay.
We got a 1. Melinda says 1. Well, Wrestling Historian asked the super chat here. You kind of talked about this the other week. Have you ever turned down a storyline?
I can name that one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, when Raw first went to WWE, they wanted to do a love angle with him and Stephanie McMahon, but his wife at the time was really jealous, so he had to turn it down.
I think everybody knows that story, pretty much. But I was afraid to go to WWE because of all of the extracurricular activity on top of wrestling. I just wanted to wrestle, and I didn't want to do all the silly soap opera stuff. I mean, now I got a bigger picture. I realize, looking at the entirety of the situation, that's a big part of it.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway, just going there, I was already afraid of all this. I was thinking in my mind, imagining they're going to do such stupid things with me and change my name, make me a stupid character, and have me do stupid things. And some of the stuff that they did, I looked at as stupid and embarrassing for wrestling, in my opinion, at the time. And so anyway, I was defensive about that. And then when I went there, and then they were starting to do the love interest with me and Stephanie. As I saw that building, I tried to put the brakes on it, and I talked to Bruce Pritchard, and I talked to that blue-haired Brian dude, and I was telling them, this ain't cool. I just want to wrestle. I don't want to be involved in shit like that. You know what I mean? That's regardless of my reasons, come on, it's Triple H's wife, whatever she was back then. It's and I had a super jealous, insecure evil ex that wasn't my ex yet at the time, and she didn't trust anything that happened being on the road anyway, and she had said something about her family asking her about something that was on TV, some bullshit. And anyway, I was like, dude, I just want to wrestle. They're like, okay, cool, no problem. And, I specifically remember Bruce saying, you can always come and tell us shit like that. If you didn't tell me, how would I know? And then, we would keep going down that road because we wouldn't know. But, it's a good thing you told us and shit. And I was like, all right, cool. Next week I showed up, and when they gave me a promo script of the scenario we were going to do, and it looked like we were going 2 steps further into the love angle. And I'm brand new there. I don't think I'm hot-headed, but looking back at it, compared to me now, I guess I was hot-headed in the way that I thought that physicality was a good way to solve problems. And in that industry, especially more so the further you go back in time, I think that was true. I show up, I get this script, it's got everything going deeper. I take offense to it, and I find that blue-haired Brian dude, and I'm telling him, dude, this is not fucking cool. You guys, you guys, you tell me that it's a good thing I told you because now you can cut it off, and then you do this. You think you're just gonna fuck with me just like everybody else, and I'm just gonna let it happen? You know, I'm not like everyone else that's fucking, begging and excited about being here at WWE. You don't fuck with me. I mean, I don't know exactly what I said. I'm paraphrasing, but what I said, was forceful and aggressive and something like that. And he was like, no, I understand. I mean, I see what you're saying. I said, that's exactly what you fucking told me last week. I said, do I got to tell you to pick a fucking hand? He goes, no. And I go, well, who do I got to find then? Bruce? And he goes, no, please don't do that. Please don't. And I was like, where's he at? And he was like trying to, no, please, he was trying to talk sense into me saying, don't go up to Bruce and smack him. And I was thinking like, they're fucking with me because I told them this is going to fuck my marriage up. So now they're going to go further in it because I believed that that's how they were based on several stories that I could share with you on that exact thing happening to other people that they chose to fuck with. So that's how I took it. And, for better or worse, I stood up for myself.
Was it that Brian guy? Was that Brian Gewirtz? Like the head writer? That was Brian Gewirtz. Okay.
Yep. I said, where's Bruce at? Tell me where he's at right now. I'll go fucking smack him. And he was like, no, don't do that. And he was trying to say, we write these in advance, and this was already written or whatever. And it was like, bullshit. We had that fucking talk. I told you it was important to me. I was pissed.
Yeah, I don't blame you, especially if it's like, it's you told them and then they don't do it. And like, if you've heard stories before of them like doing that to other people, that's going to be what you think
sure, ruining their lives.
Yeah.
And those people too, like Bruce, allegedly. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. They would fuck with, this guy just popped in my head, but in that Renegade, the story goes that they told him, and this was WCW, but anyway, that they were gonna have the Ultimate Warrior come back, and then he didn't, or he did, and it didn't work out, and he left or whatever, and they had Renegade. And I always heard, and this was from way back then, that they told this kid that he was going to be like the next Ultimate Warrior. He was going to be so over, and instead he didn't get over because he wasn't the Ultimate Warrior, and they made a joke out of him, and the Office went with it. And as I was told, that the Office was really ribbing him with the writing and drove him to suicide, and he killed himself.
Jeez. I remember when he did that.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, that's, not even the same guys, I guess. But anyway, that was just the mentality that I was trying to avoid by not ever having to go there. And then when I went there, in the end, they said, how about we tailor it out, and we fade out with it. But how about what we do is Stephanie is chasing you and you don't notice because you're too stuck on yourself. And Jericho wants Stephanie, and he's jealous because Stephanie wants you. But when Stephanie says, "Hey, Rob," and she's, your hair looks really good, then it would be easy for me to just be like, "Oh, look in the mirror. Hey, you're right. Cool. My hair does look really good." Like it would have been really cool to, to play off of that. But it was all just supposed to lead to me and Jericho, which there was that time period. Me and Jericho were working, and Stephanie was out at ringside doing something. So that's exactly when that shit was.
Do you know how it was going to develop, Rob? Because I think during that time too, Jericho became the world champ and was like in the main, like he fought Triple H in WrestleMania for the title, I think, at that time too. Do you know? Were you going to be involved in that? Do you know?
Well, it depends on. Oh, I scared her when I thought. I'm sorry. It depends on who you believe. Was it talked about? Yes. I was told that I was considered for being the champion, and I was told by Paul Heyman specifically back then in 2001 that somebody, Chris Jericho, was I don't want to say crying about it. Let's say complaining, like maybe it was a legitimate business complaint, because he was probably promised things that they didn't deliver, so he probably had a right. At the time I looked at it like he's crying, and like, because the way Paul would tell me, he said that he was saying, shouldn't that be me? Shouldn't that be me? Like, why are they going to do that with Rob? Like, I've been here longer, and they said they were going to put the strap on me, and now they're going to do that. Like, what the hell? And Paul said that he said, so they put the brakes on you, so now you want to put the brakes on Rob's chances? Did he really say that? Probably not. Maybe he thought it. But he was telling me stuff like that on a daily, and then that was really the only source of info I had. So whether it was all accurate or not, I only have my side of the story based on what I was told about all those meetings that they would have 3 times a day at the TV, and what was going on behind closed doors.
And at that point too, and just in wrestling in general, like the storyline, like decision making changes like so often too. Who's really able to tell what's happening and what isn't happening, and maybe that it was for a moment, and then maybe it wasn't at another moment.
Right. Yeah. That's why I learned to just not pay attention until it actually happens. All the way up until the third time that Paul's hand hit the mat when I beat Cena. All the way up until then, I didn't let myself believe for sure that was going to happen, and I was going to be leaving the WWE champion that night. Because, I mean, first off, in live action, anything can happen, Slip, break your neck, you're done, whatever. But also because of what you said, ideas change so much, and I think all of us wrestlers that at least they make it to that level where you're working for the big corporation, I think all of us experience some plans that don't end up actually happening. And then, you could be pissed. You could try harder. You could eventually learn to just shrug it off. And obviously, shrug it off, that's not passive nature. But also, it's very obvious that led WWE to think I just didn't care and didn't want it bad enough, because I wouldn't let it drive me nuts.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then they expect a certain type of mentality that you like want to be like a go-getter, like, and make it happen, and like be in that political ecoscape of it all, and that's kind of not who you are. So it's just like, and then so they made their own assumptions about all that stuff too. Let's see, we have some super chats in here. Anthony Cruz, you are in the raffle for one. Have you ever been a gamer growing up or currently?
Singlets for photos.
Yeah, we do. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at outfits for them for their next photo shoot.
You're right,
really?
Nice. Baby RVD singlets.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But Anthony asks, have you ever been a gamer growing up or currently RVD? If so, what are your top 3 games of all time? Haven't caught a show in a while. Love you guys. Thanks, Anthony.
Okay. Well, I'm not a gamer now at all. I mean, it's just not something that I ever spend time doing. But I grew up on video games and had all the home games, from Intellivision to Panasonic to Atari 2600. And I used to go to certain places in Battle Creek, ride my bike to play different video games. M66 Bowling Alley had a couple. The wrestling one, there's it's got Golden Hawk and Golden Hulk and Coco Savage and the Piranha, who looks like a Road Warrior. Yeah, there's two different versions. Mania, yeah. And then there's another one, Something Challenge, which is basically the same game, but it might have one or two characters different. But yeah, I would play, I guess it's Mania. But yeah, that's one that me and Dango both, we got so good we could put a quarter in and we'd be there for 45 minutes, still winning, playing, and then other people would get pissed. One of those games that was like that was also for me Moon Patrol, but I could get through the alphabet and then part of the next alphabet, but not the second alphabet. But I loved playing Moon Patrol, and the last game that I played in an arcade, I dropped a lot of quarters in Virtual Fighter, and that to me that was just like a whole new age, because instead of having like a punch and kick button, it's like tap joystick down twice and hit both buttons at the same time to do a leg sweep, and then it was like go backwards and then forward and hit kick to do a jumping kick, and it was like a lot more skill required to play, but it was so fun. That was so I like the fighting games. I also liked Super Pac-Man way back in the day. Jump Bug, I think, was the very first game I can remember playing in the arcade. And the campground that I was at used to have like a new game every year. Bionic Commando was another one that I used to be able to put a quarter in and play it for 45 minutes or so. Get to the end of the game, actually. The game actually ends after 5 stages. Bionic Commando. It just ends. Yeah. But it's cool, and it takes a long time. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and Shanghai Fighter, is that what it was called?
Shanghai Fighter.
I'm not sure what that one was called. Oh, Shinobi as well.
I've heard of that one before.
Shinobi and the sequel, Shadow Wolf or Shadow Dancer. Whatever. So I have always enjoyed video games, but currently it's just nothing I spend time on. It doesn't make it into my schedule right now. If I had 48 hours a day, maybe I'd play a game or two.
Maybe if we came then. Yeah. Sabu played a lot of games though still, right? He had a PlayStation and all that stuff. I
don't know if he played them currently or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonder maybe Dirty Dick Flair knows if he played. I'll have to ask him if he played.
He probably know.
He might know. All right. Thanks for the super chat there, Anthony. You're in the raffle for one, like I said. Also in the raffle for one, Frankie Chorizo always asks a good question. He says, Rob, did you hang out with Jamie Dundee while in ECW?
I keep scaring her every time I talk and I haven't talked. Sorry, but I did some, yes, because we were hoods, but almost everyone in ECW was a hood. It's true. I mean, Tommy was office, but it was just different. He could cross over and hang out with the hoods anytime, and Bubba would be office. Anyway, Jamie Dundee, yes. he was so fucking loud, loud. And we were in a hotel lobby checking into a hotel one time, and he's screaming, motherfucker. And Tracy Smothers would act like he was his uncle or guardian, maybe even older brother. You know, he felt like Jamie was somehow his responsibility, and so he was always scolding him and staying on top of him. And I just remember him yelling at Jamie and said, "Jamie, we're inside a hotel lobby. You don't talk like that inside. What's the matter with you?"
Red thing, that little cloth right there.
This,
Yeah.
yes. And anyway, Tracy would be the one on top of him and to yell at him and say, you know, like, "Come on, man, you're embarrassing. That's bad for all of us, you know." And one time I remember this was in the Soma days, and we were in Boston at this hotel that we called the White Line Inn. It was actually, the name of it is the Town Line Inn, but the boys nicknamed it. You can guess why. A lot of partying happened there. These rooms were almost like little condos. It was weird. It wasn't like a regular hotel. It was like more like you're at a camp, and there's like, open up a screen door and you're staying in like a bungalow or something. I don't know how to describe it, but it sat on the 1. I think it's still there, North Route 1, and it's like right between highways. It's weird. And you would cross a highway to go over to this roast beef place, and it was dangerous as hell. And I can't believe nobody ever died doing it, because cars would come so fast. It's a highway, and they're coming this way, and you got to run across the lanes, and then there's a fence. But to get under the fence, you have to step up and over one of those cement pylons or whatever they call them, the cement median.
Yeah.
You got to step over and inside of it to duck down under the fence, and then come up on the other side of the fence and step out of that center cement thing and run across 2 or 3 more lanes. And that was to go to this roast beef place. So that's just a memory of the White Line Inn. But one time, this was actually one of the times when, towards the end of my Soma days, and this actually, just this little thing that happened in my mind, it told me, dude, you need to fucking not be so vulnerable in public, being Soma'd up, because you are when you're passed out. You're very vulnerable.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're all sitting outside, I guess, because it's hot, and we're smoking and whatever. And I'm sitting. I think it's on a wooden thing that's a fence, you know, like the wooden, like the pole, like the telephone pole kind of fences. But I'm sitting, and I'm like nodded out because I took so many somas. This is late at night after the matches, and while I'm like nodding out, Jamie Dundee comes up in front of me, and he goes, "Whoa!" and he like holds his leg up like doing a karate kick. And he starts like, whoa, like acting like he's kicking me and stuff. And I jumped up out of a sleep, and I grabbed him by his chest, like just like I thought I was under attack or something, you know. I just went, whoa. I grabbed his shirt and I pulled him in. He goes, whoa, I'm just fucking with you. And I grabbed him, and I probably said something like, because I was like so fucked up. But I remember like everybody laughed or whatever. And then I remember thinking like, dude, that's not really that cool, having your guard that far down in public, not being able to take care of yourself. And that definitely was a con to weigh against whatever pros there were to taking those fucking muscle relaxers. But, you know, eventually Louis died, and then, you know, that was it. That was like, all right, time to fucking put that behind me.
Yeah. I was gonna ask about Louis because I did see like a clip of him online, just like his entrance, him coming out to Louis, and I was like, man, he's got a really good presence and charisma about him, and it made me want to ask you, like, how far do you think Louis could have gone if he was on the straight and narrow like a lot more and was kind of less into the substance and more into like doing what he did as a wrestler? Do you think he had a pretty high ceiling, Rob?
Yeah, I do. I think he could have gone as high as anybody, right there towards the end, he was fucking with the NWO. So he had a little bit of a character where he was like their stooge, like their gopher or something. And he was real excited about that. And, that's when he died. That could have led into something. Or just his willingness and love for the business would have had him doing anything that was necessary to make it. So I wouldn't put a cap on him.
Right. I'm not familiar too with how he was in the ring. Was he pretty good in the ring overall, Rob?
He was entertaining. I don't think I had like any singles matches, maybe like some run-in or something. Maybe not even much of that, actually. He ran in, he was on our side now that I think about it. One time he grabbed Beulah and held her in the corner or something, I think, while me and Sabu beat up Dreamer and probably Sandman. I don't know. I don't even know what he was doing there, but yeah, I think, he understood it. He was confident and entertaining, and if he wasn't, instead of putting himself to sleep, if his hobby would have been working out in the gym, then I don't really see what would have held him back.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like I would watch WCW so much back then. They would always kind of make references to him from here and there or indirect references. And I'd be like, who's Louis Spicoli and how he's associated with like the NWO and stuff like that. And so then I hear the stories of him obviously in ECW and like some of that stuff, and then his passing early on. It's pretty crazy. So it was like somebody that I just missed in my wrestling fandom was Louis Spicoli. So
yeah, he was just like I said with MVP last week. It was just friend referral, Sabu liked him, said Louis cool. He's one of us, so started hanging out with him. And, yeah. Do you remember me telling you about Sabu getting him fired in Japan?
Yes, because it was on the bus, right? Something happened on the bus. Yeah, you could tell it again though, because I'm sure some listeners haven't heard it.
So Sabu always felt obligated to Louis, which is part of why he tried to help him get a job in ECW and just overall looked out for him. He got him fired from FMW because Louis peed in a Gatorade bottle on the bus, which is something a lot of the boys do. It is gross, but it's something that boys do when they're driving and they don't want to pull over. I've seen it lots of times. And this one, Louis told Sabu, and Sabu was joking. Like he thought it would be funny to like mock stooge him out, So he's just like, what? You what? Hey, he goes, Louis peed in a bottle. He peed in a bottle. And then he was like just joking. He didn't think that anybody would care, but it ended up getting him fired. And Sabu was like, oh, I was just joking. No, he didn't. I peed in it. Like whatever. Sabu tried to save it. It was too late.
Yeah. Oh man, that stinks.
Yeah.
So Sabu then looked out for him a little after the fact. And
that includes sometimes paying him to work, like Sabu would get booked on an independent card and he would say, okay, I'll take it as long as you have a match for Louis. You don't got to pay him. I'll pay him, but have a match for Louis. And also I want to bring my own ref. That was like the demand that Sabu was in back in the day. He was the number one indie guy and wrestling for New Japan at the same time and after FMW, and he was just sometimes he would pay his referee, Pee Wee. Otherwise, he'd say, if you got room, for a ref on your card, then book him. If not, I'll pay him just to work my match.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Fired Louis over peeing in the bottle.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he threw the pee at somebody.
Right. True.
It's crazy to think that would get you fired.
Probably probably at least 50% of the boys have peed in a bottle on the bus. It's a lot of pressure to have the bus pull over just for you, especially depending on who's on the bus and your status or how you feel about your status. What your own perspective tells you. Like, are they gonna, if you say, hey, can you stop? I gotta pee. You could have veterans. You know what?
Here, baby.
I mean, you know what? And I don't know who the fuck was on the FMW bus, but let's just say you don't want John Cena to be like, are you kidding me? Man, we all got to hold it. Now we got to stop for you because you can't fucking hold your piss. Why didn't you piss before you left?
It really was selfless of him and thoughtful to do that.
Yeah, right.
That is one way to look at it. You're right.
Yeah.
That is one way to look at it. But when I think about it, I remember Bobby Duncan Jr. on the back of the All Japan bus one time, pissing in a bottle, and it wasn't all making it in the bottle. He was dripping all over our seat, and I was like, Bobby, we all lay in the back. That's the only bed that we have. Like, we all take turns to get flat in the back. Gross. I can never lay there again now. I'm watching you drip pee all over it. Gross. He's like, shh. Bobby was like, shh. He didn't want to get fired over it.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
No,
that's interesting. Oh, man.
Then we got Karma.
Look at Karma.
Hey, baby.
She's like, what's going on? She's like, what's the deal? What's the deal here? Yeah, Frankie Chorizo adds, Louis Spicoli was part of the clique in WWF as Rad Radford. So was Just Incredible as Aldo Montoya, and Jeff Jarrett rode with the clique a lot. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Jeff Jarrett.
And by the clique, that's Nash and Hall and Michaels, X-Pac?
Nash, Hall, Michaels, X-Pac and Triple H.
Suck it!
So good.
Suck it!
That's how Rob was talking yesterday when he took that.
The 7-0.
I said, you're talking like X-Pac.
Yeah. That's good. What do you mean?
That's what happens. That's what happens.
Why do you even say that?
He literally sounded just like
Oh, that's good.
Little baby.
Maddie. Oh, I owe Maddie some super chats from the other week from the MVP show. So Maddie had some super chats here. How do I show this up? Boom. Here we go. He said, what if RVD was the whole effing manager and who? So Rob, would you manage somebody and who would you manage? Uh-oh.
holding on to your.
Uh-oh.
Can you do something, baby? Find the off button. Who would I manage?
Who would you manage?
Ricochet.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Ricochet. I like that. All right, his other super chat. WrestleMania 18 versus Regal. Regal would be fun to smoke with. So he liked your match. Yeah, your match with Regal at WrestleMania 18 was pretty sweet. And he said Regal.
Are you saying the match is fun to smoke too, or Regal's would be fun to smoke?
Regal would be fun to smoke with. William Regal would be.
Yeah, well, if you peg Regal for a smoker, then I got to question your judgment. You need to recalibrate your sensors there. But good dude though. You know, I hung out with Regal way back when I joined WCW in 1992.
Wow.
And yes, sir. December 92, I got hired. It was the same day that Max Payne got hired.
Oh.
And for some reason, I ended up riding with William Regal, and we shared a car Like, I was there for a few months, and a lot of times we would ride together, and he would tell me stories about when he was in the circus and would fight for money. Have challengers from the crowd come up and try and take him on and shit. And that's how he got into wrestling. So no need. Needless to say, he definitely counts as a tough guy and is very respect worthy.
Absolutely. What was I going to ask you about? Was he pretty easy to work with?
Okay.
Depends on what you want to say.
Okay.
Were you going to say something, Katie?
Worthy of respect. Actually, the would be those worthy of respect would mean that the way you carry yourself or your values is somehow that you quantify, you pass the standards to where respect, you qualify for respect. Whereas respectable would be more about you and how you are to taking and people giving you their energy. Some people could be worthy of respect because they're a badass, but not respectable because they're an asshole.
Okay. Cool.
There we
Right?
go.
I mean, if you're respectable, but that means that you're able to be respected. But if I have a hard time, I can't respect, or I want to, but I don't find you approachable, I don't find you desirable, I don't find you respectable, in that sense of the way, there is a difference. And it could be because of something that I know about you, that you do some horrible things, you're involved in some evil shit. And, you might be a badass and you might be really important and successful and worthy of respect. All right, let's move on.
Well,
If you don't get it, then you won't get it.
How was it working with Regal in the ring overall? Because his style is so different. That British catch wrestling style, was that pretty? Did you guys have pretty good chemistry overall? Would you say, was it easy to work with him in the ring?
I think so. Looking back, I wasn't so sure at the time when we were doing it, except it was fun, but it was different than anything I had done up till that point.
Yeah.
So like, for instance, wrestling with him, he being from, having that European style, he would work like overhead, like we would work the top wrist lock. And I just never did that with anyone. Usually if you do a top wrist lock, it's going to be a test of strength. You try to, maybe you'll bridge and miraculously be able to be on your toes and bridge and go from a bridge all the way up to counter all of my weight on you. But with him, like he would have my arm up there and he was holding it and he had me in like a shoot wrist lock where, when he would wrench it, I wasn't going anywhere. He had me where he wanted it. And then, I might like fucking, I might like give him a couple shots, bridge back, and might be able to arm drag him off or something. He'd go like right back to it. Jump up to do a flying head scissors, but he would grab my legs and like throw me like right back off and like still hold it. And I was like, damn, maybe try it again. It does. He throws me off again. So maybe before I do it, I give him a couple kicks or something and then go up. I'm able to do a head scissors or whatever and fucking arm drag. Then the second arm drag, he blocks it. Bam, we're like right back up there again. Everything was new and we were fighting from up here. And I just remember thinking like, wow, he's like totally opening up my mind to and my experience to a whole new style.
Yeah, how about that? That's pretty neat too.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's pretty damn neat. Oh man, I got to go back and watch that match. I like Regal's wrestling acumen. He used to do a podcast. I used to do his social media for his podcast, and I remember him and I remember having him. He was talking about making like people don't focus on the pin. Like wrestlers don't focus too much on the pin anymore. And he was like, you always try to make that look legitimate, and like you want to keep that. And I think you talked about that too on the show.
Yeah, they jump off on 2.5 on their own.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or the person that kicks out, their shoulders stay down. They just kick their feet, and their shoulders are still pinned. So, you're done.
Yes. And
But
so once he said that, I always paid attention to pins after that more so. And I was like, man, that happens so often. It's crazy.
when I think about wrestling William Regal, I think about that show in northern Georgia where we all got snowed in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He and I were on like second match. The road on the way to the show, I think it was White, Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. Do you know where that is, baby?
Yeah, North Georgia, right?
You go through the mountains and shit.
Yeah.
So the mountains were horrible to drive through in the daytime with perfect conditions, sun's out and everything, and it was just curvy, no guardrail, like death. If you go off the curb, you know, it was. I remember like there was a few times I built up too much speed, and then it just a sharp curve. I'd be like, whoa, oh my god, I almost just died. And so anyway, needless to say, when a snowstorm hit, it was not a safe fucking road to be on. I barely got out of there because I was on early, and I lived in Augusta at the time, so I went home. My back was so tense from just squeezing that steering wheel, and I went like probably 10 miles an hour at the most the whole way home. And it's like, it's snowing so hard. A lot of people know what this is like. I'm following the tracks in front of me, but I'm also praying that the tracks in front of me don't go right off the fucking road and off the mountain.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I don't know if the guy in front of me made it or not, but that's all I can see is white, and I can see tracks for just, you know, maybe 6 feet in front of the car. So I'm going real slow. Yeah, it was a very bad experience. I got home, fucking, you know, in the middle of the, you know, probably 4 a.m, whatever. There was another show in North Carolina that night, and I drove up, and this one, it was a bad snowstorm. The road wasn't as bad because it was the main interstate there. I think it was 95. So, but it was one of those nights where, and one of the days where, as far as you can see, you can always see at least one car off the road. Like as soon as you pass that car that's in the ditch, you can see another one up there on the left. Wow. When you pass that, so you know, so it was, you know, I'm thinking, okay, 50-50 chance might slide off if we're not, you know, real careful. But I drove all the way up to Cloverfield, North Carolina. I can't remember the name right now. I usually know it, but it's not important unless you're from North Carolina and you want to know. But got all the way to the show and you know, without wiping out, risking my life. And when I got there, no cars. The parking lot's empty. And I went up to the door. I saw a piece of paper in the window that says the show is canceled. And I'm just a peon back then, you know, fucking, this is 93. So I am, you know, 20, I just turned 22 years old. So I'm a baby. Definitely not the main eventer. But somebody could have fucking told me they canceled the show.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. But the reason it was canceled was because everybody was still stuck at the town from the night before.
Yeah.
When I found that out, I was glad I made it out there. They were stuck, I think, for like 4 days or something, running out of food. It was crazy. Shane Douglas was part of that. I think Pillman and Austin were there, the Hollywood Blondes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I got out of there. Regal didn't. He stayed. I don't know who was in the first match, but they all said that they were running out of food at the hotel, and that it was like the electricity went out, of course, all kinds of shit. But anyway, I'll always think about that when I think about working with William Regal.
Man, yeah, that's crazy too. And that's the thing too. If it snows like in North Carolina or anywhere down the south like that, you are fucking stuck. Like, because they don't have the proper equipment to clear any of that stuff out, and it takes a while. So if a big snowstorm like that happens, you're in some deep shit.
Yeah. Right.
Jeez. Well, Frankie Terrizzo had a question for you, Katie, actually, as well.
Katie, Katie.
Yeah. He says, Katie, when I compliment a girl, I like appearance. How specific is too much?
I think it's best if you don't know her that well to compliment something like her personality, like something that's not physical. It'd be better to be like, or something that's like your eyes are pretty or your smile is pretty is better than like complimenting her body shape or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it'd be better, or her personality. Like you have a really great personality is probably the safest way to compliment a girl without going too far. And then maybe when you know her, then you could get more specific with your compliments.
And what if it's like a girl on Instagram showing you her hoo-ha and not wearing much of anything? Is she looking for compliments about her
You don't
personality?
just say I like your hoo-ha. You can say I love your bold, free spirit.
Okay.
Oh, nice, Katie.
I like it.
Thanks.
Dang, that's smooth.
Nice.
I like your bull. That's good. There you go, Frankie. I don't think you get better advice than that right there.
Thank you.
I don't think you can. Let's see. Maddie had some more old super chats from last week. Let me make sure I get them all here. Oba versus Brock 2. Oh, okay. You won't understand that one. So that was just a comment. All right. So Oba versus Brock 2. Then Maddie also asked, RVD is undefeated at WrestleMania, like Danhausen. You are undefeated, Rob, at WrestleMania. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
You might have the best streak right now, actually. 4-0, I think, aren't you? Or something?
I am 4-0. I think someone else has it. Maybe.
I think Bianca Belair maybe is up there. I think
Alexa, who has the best winning streak at WrestleMania?
Ooh, good.
The Undertaker holds the record with 21 consecutive wins at WrestleMania.
Current, I guess.
Current. Yeah. Who's currently has the highest?
Alexa, has Undertaker ever lost at WrestleMania?
We know that one, baby.
Oh.
Yes. The Undertaker lost his first WrestleMania match in 2014 to Brock Lesnar, ending his 21-match winning streak.
I believe that was the last time I saw the Ultimate Warrior. Was it that WrestleMania?
That was because he was on Raw the next day, and then on Tuesday he passed away.
Horrible.
Yeah. Crazy. He got inducted to the Hall of Fame that weekend, and then he cut that promo that foreshadowed his passing, that Raw, and then the next day he passed. It's crazy.
That is so weird to me.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Very strange. And he was a guy that you would never think would return to the WWE. He was such on like bad terms, it seemed, with them. But whether it was, I think it was probably Triple H that probably patched things up with him. And, then, he was back. And so it's pretty wild to think, he was even back at that point. And then for that short amount of time, he was back. So,
as RVD says, there are no coincidences.
ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no burnt bridges in wrestling.
That's true, right? You can
Flame retardant, I was taught early in my days.
Absolutely. All right, Maddie, I think we're gonna get on.
That's how it was put to me. Retardant. That's what they said.
Wait, what was it? What's the quote, Rob?
Bridges are flame retardant in the
Oh, that's
Flame retardant words.
the words.
No, flame retarded isn't a word. The correct
Not
term is
retarded.
flame retardant.
Oh,
Okay, so it is a thing.
yeah.
It is a word. Yeah.
Look at Lovey, baby.
Look at Lovey. She's hanging out.
I got my whole family right there because Barbie's like right over there.
Barbie's right there. That's it.
She's black, so she doesn't show up that good in a lot of photos. But
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have told that. Couldn't tell if that was her.
my whole family.
Look how happy Lovey is. Lovey's like loving life.
Salvi smiling at daddy.
Look at Salvo.
Big smile.
We're so blessed.
Yeah, absolutely. Maddie had this one too.
Love.
Maddie asked, would Terry Funk's Your Mother's a Whore fly today? Probably not. I'd say probably not.
Would Terry Funk's Your Mother? Wait, what? Would it fly today?
Your mother's a whore. When he said that to somebody. I think he said that to Dusty Rhodes. Your mother's a whore. I don't think that would fly, Maddie. Not today.
Let's see why not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, should we show that video that
yes.
Like
yes.
I mean, we're having a good conversation and all, but just for a second, let's show, because this went viral today.
Yeah.
And it's something that happened a while ago, but now she went to court and won, and
she did win. I
already saw this. I don't know if you're watching, if you already saw this video of the lady that got pulled over, and the cop said that he saw a phone in her hand. But first I saw it on Instagram, and then I saw it like 18,000 times on YouTube today. So I thought, well, let's make sure everybody saw it.
Yeah, let's check it out. So here it is, everybody. If you haven't seen it, check it. This video is wild, by the way. So here you go.
It's real.
Hey, good morning. I'm Rodriguez Solid with the
Hold on. All right, we're back. We're in business now. Here we go. Let me make sure I get it all. Boom.
Hello, ma'am. Hey, good morning. I'm Rodriguez Solid with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. This is why you're being pulled over. The city of Lake Worth today, we're doing an operation for distracted driver, and you drove past me holding the phone with your right hand, manipulating that phone. I mean, I saw you with the phone in your hand.
Not. So you want to just call this a day? Or?
I don't want to call it a day. You had a hand up manipulating the phone.
Right hand.
Well, I thought I saw you with your right hand.
So
you had a
you
hand
didn't.
up. The right hand. I saw you manipulate.
So you didn't.
With the right hand, perhaps not, right? But I saw you.
You didn't see me with my right hand.
Okay, so are you
saying that you saw me with my right hand?
I know what I just said. I know what I just said. I'm asking you now. Did you or not have your phone on your hand?
I did not.
You did not have your phone in your hand?
I did not.
Hand to God, you didn't have your phone in your hand?
Hand to God.
The other hand to God, you don't have your phone in your hand?
Hand to God.
Cool. You have your driver's license, registration, and insurance with you?
So she doesn't even have a hand. You can stop it, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The cop says that he saw her with her phone in her hand. She doesn't even have a hand. So instead of admitting that he lied and made it up, or at least just saying, oh, my mistake or something like that, he doubles down. You had it in your hand. You had it in your hand.
Yeah.
I swear to God. It's like, what an idiot. She doesn't have a hand. If she held the phone in her left hand, then she wouldn't be able to steer. But this is the reason I wanted to show this is, what if, and how often does this happen where somebody like her gets she got a ticket, by the way. He actually wrote her a ticket. So she went to court and fought it. But how many people illegally get tickets and then they just go and pay them, and cops are just used to it? I bet most people don't fight their tickets because most people don't know their rights, and if they do, then it still has to be worth it, worth your time and trouble and money to go and fight it. So cops are so used to just making shit up. Bye, babies. Bye, family.
Katie.
Oh, bye, family.
Bye, guys. Look at the fam.
You.
Look, it's the literal Van Dam fam right there, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, Katie. Bye, guys.
So anyway, I just, it's part of a cop's job to lie. They don't look at that as being dirty when they lie. They don't look at that as being corrupt. They look at it as if they're doing their job right. They look for things to use against you. And cops think that everybody is a lawbreaker, because I bet if I asked 10 cops, I mean, I don't know. I wish I had 10 cops right now that could respond. If I asked, do you believe if you follow somebody long enough, eventually you can get them for something? I believe that they all believe that. I think that is the cop logic. If I want to get you, if I follow you, and usually in a car, if I follow you long enough, you'll mess up and I'll get you. And so it's illegal for them to to do that, to chase you down without already having articulable suspicion that you're committing a crime. But if they have a hunch, that doesn't count. But for them, if they have a hunch, they'll follow you around. Eventually, they think they'll find something. That's why they think if they make it up, it doesn't matter anyway. Just save them 6 blocks. If they say, well, you didn't use your turn signal, or they'll use something that to them they actually believe is justified, even though 100 other people would not get a ticket for the same thing. You know what I mean? They'll say, well, you didn't put your turn signal on 200 feet before the corner. You got to put it on. You put it on 100 feet before. Can I see your license? You know, like that's dirty. They don't think it's dirty, but it is. But that's the way they do their job. And this is evidence of it. He completely got busted making up that he saw her with a phone in her hand. She doesn't have a hand. He doesn't know what to say, so he still writes her a fucking ticket. Like, it's crazy.
It's crazy. And then she was like, at the end, she was like, but you did say that I had it in my right hand, right? And he was like, yes, I did say that. I did say that. She's like, so you said it. And she was like, yes.
But he didn't write that on the ticket.
He didn't write it on the ticket, though. He didn't write it on the ticket.
Yeah.
So, yeah, crazy. It's unbelievable.
And then check this out. So she fought it. She won. But it turns out in Florida, it's not illegal to hold your fucking phone anyway.
Wow.
So here's a cop out there writing a ticket to somebody for a crime that he made up, that not only did he lie about, but even what he made up isn't even a crime. How many people, I think a majority of people would just pay it. They would just, I mean, maybe not if you only had one hand. Maybe that makes the difference to where you say, wait a second, like I have a fucking case here. But if it wasn't for that, if she did have another hand and the same circumstances happen, I think a lot of people would just say, you know, fuck it, it's a $60 ticket or whatever. And that's a pretty dishonest. I like to use the word corrupt because I think it is corrupt, but it's not corrupt because it follows police rules. They're allowed to lie. It's part of their job, and it's what they do. So, you know.
Why do you think the cop, like, you just don't think the cop knew the law? Like,
no, they don't. They never know the law. If they do know, they don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know if you, I mean, but usually they don't know. I watch videos every single day of cops that do not know the law. They go up and nobody knows where the property is, but they always say this is private property. And I know it's not, it's public property. It's private property. The owner told me. Well, so what? The owner told you they own all the way out to the sidewalk. That doesn't make it true. That doesn't mean it's great. Well, they said they own all the way out to the street. What's a public easeway? I mean, I've just seen the arguments so many times where cops just make shit up. And usually they're biased on whoever calls. And that's bullshit too. Because anybody can call on anything. I could call the police and I could say, hey, Dom's over there pointing a gun out his window, saying that he's going to shoot somebody. And they'll go in and kick your door down and shoot you and kill you because they think that phone call counts as somehow like probable cause or something. It's not even close. It's hearsay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Crazy. That's just crazy stuff.
Cops all the time think that if they ask you for your ID, that you have to give it to them or else it's disobeying a lawful order. But it's not. There has to be a law backing up a lawful order. And just demanding ID is not lawful. It's a secondary offense. And you have to first have reasonable articulable suspicion that they're involved in a crime in order to even ask for their ID. You can't just go up to anybody and say, hey, slave, how do I know you're a free slave? Let me see your papers. That went out decades ago.
Yeah, right? Oh, crazy. Yeah, and it's so you've been watching a lot of those videos and stuff like that.
I see whole departments get shut down because they don't know the law.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man. Well, Maddie follows up with that Danhausen question. He asks, would you tag with Danhausen, basically, he asks.
Sure, why not? Absolutely.
Yeah. Danhausen.
And you can be he'll take the bumps. I'll do the comeback.
There you go. I like it. And then you guys can sell merch together like crazy.
Rob Van Dam awesome.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam. And speaking of hands, speaking of hands, Maddie asked this: who in WWE needed to pick a hand or still does?
Nobody.
There you go. Big Rocka, you were in the raffle for 2. You have 2 entries. Boom. Thanks for the $9.99. Just recently watched the first ECW One Night Stand, and your promo where you had no creative geniuses writing for you. Did you get any feedback after that promo? Congrats again, RVD and Katie.
Thank you. Yeah, I got feedback. I mean, everybody liked the promo, and they were surprised to hear me talk with such passion and to pull off such a good promo. But, my heart was in ECW, so it was easy to tap into a lot of passion, So I think I'm almost positive it was Dreamer that said that he was standing by Steve Austin and they were listening to me cut the promo, and he said that because this was an ECW show, that Steve Austin said, well, why don't he talk like that for us? And the Dreamer said they never let him.
Yeah, right?
Which is how I felt. I'm sure they would have liked it if I could have figured out how to be more comfortable within their confines, but easier said than done for me.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough aspect of it all. And if you have something that you can really sink your teeth into, something like that you're passionate about with ECW.
Dude, the whole pay-per-view was my idea. Of course I was passionate about it. And then I can't even wrestle because I got injured. I never get fucking injured, I mean, at that point, I'd had the broken ankle from ECW when I relinquished the television championship. And that had happened in 98? So now we're talking 2005.
Yeah.
So I was I was back to thinking I was indestructible again. And then wait, I got hurt. What? They said I couldn't talk. No, that was right. That was what that when we were in TNA, they Mr. Kennedy and the Hardys were talking about Kennedy getting fired up there. And they said I couldn't talk. Me. But anyway, whatever I was talking about, period.
There you go. Yes. That you were passionate about the whole product.
Yeah. So the fact that I wasn't able to wrestle on it, but that we were having this event happen for all the right reasons, that was very easy to tap into those feelings, and I was fired up,
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. Speaking of Austin, Maddie adds, RVD beat Austin at one point. Let that sink in. Yeah, that was great when you and Austin had that little feud going on television and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. It's easy to look back at that and see I was on a good run, like a lot better than it felt at the time, just because I let a lot of the politics get in my head, a lot of the broken promises, the adjusting. There was enough balancing everything out in my head to keep me from just focusing on the good. You know what I mean? So, there was no marking out, no stopping to mark out at any point. Looking back, I know. It's like, I guess I beat him. I beat what? Like, I didn't even know until people, had to tell me about. And now I'm used to hearing it, so I know it's true. But it seems like a lifetime ago, so I don't really remember the matches.
Yeah. I know from the fan perspective, it was pretty awesome you just be in the mix with all those guys, because it felt like while these worlds are finally colliding from ECW and WWE, we're getting to see RVD in the mix with like guys like Austin and The Rock and Kurt Angle and all that stuff, and it was kind of just a neat atmosphere for sure.
Those three right there, the top tier guys I was thinking of. Yeah,
absolutely. a wrestling historian. You're in the raffle for 1-2. Thank you for the Canadian $5. A. He says, what was your craziest experience getting mobbed by fans away from an arena? Thanks in advance.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
You know what comes to mind is when we were in Africa. This was a WWE trip, and we were going home, and when we got to the point where they check your passports and everything, we're in line for that. We started getting mobbed, and it wasn't like there was like 200 people around or anything like that. It was just people that were around, however many there were. It was starting to happen, and in the airport there is a mall, kind of like London, where but what was crazy about it, now I just thought of another one too, but what was crazy about this was that the TSA kind of freaked out at the fans running up to us, and they went into like full panic mode, and they told us to just go ahead and go. And there were fans that they were all starting to pile up, and so they told us, they were like, just go. And so they didn't even check our passports or anything. That we jumped over the guardrails, and then we walked fast about maybe like 30 yards or so, and went around a corner, and then all of a sudden everything was cool again. Like there weren't any people bothering us there in the actual mall of it. They were all just over there by the TSA entrance. And so that was pretty weird, because that's not legal. You can't be having people jump your guardrails and yeah. And now that I think about it, I'm probably missing a fucking stamp on my passport from going through there now, because they didn't give me. But yeah, one time in Portugal, it was the most unorganized security checkpoint that I've ever seen in all my years. No lines, just a mob of people fighting to get ahead. Wow. And it was crazy. And we showed up late, going home, and Axel, the promoter, dropping us off a little late. We didn't have any time to kill it. So we're going through everybody, you know what I mean? Like rudely, because we had no choice, and everyone was being rude anyway. So we were like, fuck that, So we're elbowing everybody, like cutting through everybody all the way up to the front. And then there was a point where we're at the conveyor belt, we're like, fuck, we might make this flight, because I think they dropped us off with like 35 minutes or something. And we're like, fuck, dude, this is an international flight. Anyway, right at the belt where you drop your bags off, there was Trevor Murdoch, and then there was this lady, this Asian lady, I think she was, standing next to him, and they were both jockeying for position.
Yeah.
And Trevor turns around to me and whoever else was with, and he said, this lady thinks she's getting ahead of me. There's no fucking way she's taking the spot. And they're both waiting, for the bags to move forward so they can set their bag on it. And right when it moves forward and the lady goes to do it, he had a backpack on, and he just turned, did a 180, went in his back. His backpack hit the lady, boom, and sent her fucking pushed her back. She screamed, ah, and fucking shoved her back, and he put his backpack on the back and acted like it didn't even happen. It was like, I was like, try not to laugh at her because she looked so shocked, but at the same time, it was every man for himself.
You're right. She's survival of the fittest in that kind of atmosphere with the TSA in Portugal.
He taught me that trick to spin with the backpack and crack somebody.
The Murdoch spin. He just retired from wrestling, actually.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. He got beat by a wrestler named JB Smooth in NWA, and I think that was his final match. He retired.
Did he leave his boots in the ring?
I think he did. Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it.
Right.
What do you think about that? Because Brock Lesnar left his boots in the ring, and then he came back on Raw not too long after. That's usually like once you put your boots in the ring, it's done basically. And so
I'm going to bring an extra pair of boots, throw them in the ring, but still have my boots on. That way, no one will know what the fuck I'm thinking.
Ooh, right? Then they really confuse them all.
Keep them guessing.
Like yeah, keep them guessing. I like it. Well, we're talking about being mobbed by fans. That brings me to the Russell Crowe clip I was texting you about. So I don't know if you've seen this yet, Rob, but this went viral here a couple days ago online. Russell Crowe went out and addressed fans before he started signing with them. They then accused social media and the news accused him of flipping out on fans. But I want you to watch it and get your perspective.
Okay.
How are you doing? Are you listening? Yes. Stay where you are. Don't push in on me. Sure. I'll come to you. Just give everybody space. As soon as somebody's a dick, go. Okay. You got me?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
And he goes on and so people were talking about it. TMZ made a headline that said Russell Crowe flips out on fans, basically, and another website did the same thing. But how do you think he handled all that?
I'm okay with it, man. He didn't say that much. He wasn't rude at all, and he prevented a possible fucking trampling. You know what I mean? He's an A-list celebrity, and if he's used to everybody fighting over themselves to put the paper in your face or whatever, you know, and unorganized like that, he obviously doesn't like that. He's trying to avoid that, and what he did clearly worked.
Right, I know. And I think he handled it great. Like I liked Russell Crowe before that, but I liked him even more because I was like, man, he handled that awesome. And because like if you go back and watch the video too, he like makes like a little face at the end, like, all right, are we good, everybody? And then he's like, all right, and then we're gonna get to business and sign stuff. And I just thought he handled it really well.
If every fan is thinking, hey, I'm gonna get my tacos, that's all I know.
Right.
You forgot about that one, didn't you?
I did forget about that one.
I'm gonna get my tacos. Fuck everybody else.
Fuck everybody else. Gotta get my tacos. Oh yeah. But no, I think that too. Like so many wrestlers get mobbed too. Like you were just talking about. It's like if wrestlers could do that, just give like a little disclaimer ahead of time. Hey, if all this happens,
I got no problem with it. You know, like that's just like saying, hey, I got an ice cream cone for all of you to line up one at a time. Nobody would think that person's being an asshole, you know? Like
no,
one
right?
At a time. Don't push each other. Like that's all basically he said, you know, use a little adult language. He said there's always as soon as someone's a dick, I'm leaving. He obviously didn't feel like putting up with that, and that's fine.
That's totally fine. Yeah, and it worked well. And he later on tweeted out about it. He's like, I do that all the time. And look, no chaos happened and everything went smooth.
It works.
It works.
I'm going to start doing it.
Yeah, right? Hell yeah. Thanks, Russell Crowe. Let me see. Oh, Maddie says this. Rolling my first Raw. Learned to roll on RVD papers. And he said, I got them off RVD's eBay. Holy shit, the Raw ones with the cardboard filter always leveling up. So he likes the Raw papers, Rob.
Man, Raw comes out with new products, it seems like every fucking week. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy must just invent shit all the time. I told you before, if you don't follow him on Instagram, you should, because he's always posting like new things to smoke out of or new things he can make with the papers. And he's amazing. Man,
right, I'll have to follow him for sure.
Gosh, the Raw dude, good guy.
Heck yeah. Justin put a couple of super chats in here. I'll make sure I get them both. The first one I think is this one: Memories of the Night Peaches broke Missy's arm. Do you remember that, Rob?
I don't. I'm sorry. I can't add to that at all. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know that one either there. I was not an ECW. I was probably in WWF mode at that point in time. And then where's the other one? He had a big one. He asked about, I'm trying to find this one. Oh, here it is. RVD, do you miss the wrestler / valet? Oh, look at Barbie. Hello, Barbie. Barbie loves Rob very much. Very much. Oh, look at the pooch. Oh, she's digging it. She is digging it. RVD, do you miss the wrestler / valet versus wrestler / valet feuds of the 1990s? What were some of your favorite wrestler valet pairings and feuds? I miss managers.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool. I definitely enjoyed the time, when like Jimmy Hart had not just a Hart Foundation, but then he had Danny Davis, and it was kind of like a family. But then he also had Greg Valentine and Brutus Beefcake, and then it was more like, like he's just like Stables, right? Like he's talking about Captain Lou. Throw him in there, Bobby Heenan, like it was like that would make a heel for me as a fan. If Bobby Heenan's managing you, then boom, you're in,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was
Heck yeah.
I loved when he took on Hercules because Hercules was one of my favorite wrestlers.
Nice.
Back in the day. Who else did we have? There was Mr. Fuji.
Yep. Miss Elizabeth and then Sherry as well. The two valets.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As far as WWE went, and then I don't like I guess you would consider Paul Ellering, right, with the Road Warriors.
Oh yeah, totally, with the Road Warriors and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't watch. But I'm familiar with the situation, so yeah.
Paul Bear's another one for WWF too. That's the one I picked for my manager that I liked a lot as a kid.
Did he manage more than Taker? He managed Kane for a minute too, right?
Kane, yep. Okay. Mankind too, I think, for a little bit too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he managed Mankind. I wanted to ask you this too because we had this topic last night too, but Dustin. Oh, go ahead.
I got to mention Sunny. At one point, she was probably the hottest,
Yeah, Sunny for sure, yeah. Because there was Sunny, and then we mentioned like Sable and China later on. They were kind of managers in certain ways. But
really?
Kind of. I always kind of thought I guess China was a valet for a while, like manager / but then she got involved in the ring. Too.
I guess she started out as one, yeah, that's true.
But
yeah.
What is the overall purpose of a manager, do you say? I said outright that it was just the main goal of the manager is to get the talent over, like that they're managing. But do you think there's another purpose for a manager too?
Well, like let's take RVD for instance. When I was in ECW and they teamed me with Fonzie, that was probably my first manager. I can't remember ever having a manager before that. And it doesn't seem like I don't know if I would have liked the idea or not. Like, I don't remember not liking it, but it seemed, like I know I liked being a singles wrestler more than being a tag team wrestler because I could, take up the spotlight myself and not have to share it. Later on in business, then tag matches are just easier. Don't have to take as much of the match now. Wanted to before, now we're happy to share it. Do your shit, take your time. I'll be on the apron. But I think that when me and Fonzie got paired up, I was like afraid of the microphone and did not believe in myself as far as being able to cut a convincing promo. So it seems to me like it just makes sense. Paul must have put me with Fonzie so that Fonzie could be my mouthpiece and talk for me. Now, with Sabu didn't speak, so Fonzie could talk for Sabu as well, you know. Taz, he spoke for himself, but I believe Fonzie managed him before anybody, and that's why it meant something when he jumped ship and left Taz to manage us. So that all had meaning to it. But looking back at it, I think that learning to cut promos for me was probably a lot easier having Fonzie to play off of, because his energy was something that I feel like my energy almost contradicted in an organic way. So I think it was probably more for that than in the ring. But in the ring, it was cool having him there to throw me a chair. You know, he was very useful. I mean, all the way to checking into a hotel, he was still my manager, and he would, you know, get there ahead of us, try to make sure we got the best room, and get a late checkout. And he was very useful around the clock. If I'm thinking what was Paul's purpose for putting Fonzie with RVD, so we got the talking for sure. And then even when it came to RVD in the ring, when I first came in, I think I could use a little bit of more color, you know. And I don't mean just my Michigan white skin with the rosy red cheeks, but you know, when I think about it, I came in with Joe Satriani song, Lords of Karma was, I think, the album, or that was the song, Lords of Karma.
What? I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, it was pretty weak compared to the grunge and metal and whatever the music was that was popular, and that's why, you know, I wanted to switch it to Pantera, because it was just so perfect and appropriate, and the universe put that song in front of me at the right time. But when I think about it, you know, my first match with Axel Rotten, I came in, I had the bathrobe that I wore as a karate gi, and you know, and the silk black belt, you know, which was really just part of the bathrobe. And was I barefoot? No, yes. I guess I wasn't. I don't think I was when I wrestled.
You had taped feet. You weren't totally barefoot. You had the taped feet, but
I was barefoot still in '96.
Yeah, I believe so. Let me just double check. I'll look.
Yeah, check, because if that's true, then that action figure wouldn't just be Robbie V from WCW. It would also be maybe. I don't know. I think I already had. But yeah, you check it out. But anyway, having Fonzie to manage me, I think added a lot of personality, a lot of color, a lot of energy to my whole presentation.
All right, Rob. You're right. You had boots.
Yeah.
You had boots. Yeah, you had boots on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Yeah, there we go, everybody. Oh yeah. So, but at that time, like, yeah, no, Fonzie, man, added so much, and you put it great, like how he did, like, because he like, it was fun to work off of, and you guys had different personalities, so it made it work too at the same time, and definitely got you started off in the right way for sure. And then like how valuable he was to you at the same time too, in and out of the ring. So hey, Fonzie, next week I'm gonna try to start it up again back with Fonzie, do this show with Fonzie again. So
cool. I didn't know you guys were taking a break.
Yeah, no, we keep wanting to do it, and then we haven't done it yet, so we just got to get back onto it. So, Maddie says the new pick a hand is pick a bong or joint. Oh, that's a more peaceful one. Sure. Pick a bong or a joint.
Although those Greek glass bongs were pretty fucking heavy and thick.
Oh yeah, no
doubt. Definitely knock somebody out with one of those.
Oh, no doubt about that. Yeah. Any updates on RVD420.com, Rob? I know that's the coming soon, and we had anything going on.
Yeah,
there?
we're gonna have we'll have some stuff next week to show as far as product. That one, I'm told the website will be live and official June 2nd, which is
my birthday.
not too far away. Okay, cool.
Right.
I think that's what I was told. Was it June 8th or June 2nd? I think it was. I should have wrote it down. Anyway, I think it's June 2nd. But anyway, the other one, in that one, that's gonna be a website, but the THC products will be in store only because that's how you got to sell those. Whereas Damn Good CBD is up and running right now, and they are taking pre-orders for that right now. And then in June, also that product will be out, and we're rocking and we're rolling. We're rocking and rolling.
Daddy.
You know how Eddie Mansfield sounds, so you'd appreciate that. We're rocking and rolling. Hey, we're gonna get moving. Hear what I'm saying? But anyway, all good.
Now I gotta go watch the Eddie Mansfield interview.
Yeah, all good. And then next week we'll talk more about the rollout, about all the stores. Where right now we're in like 8 states that are getting set up, and then probably another 4 are going to get added to it, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It's going to be real good.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, okay, we got a couple more super chats and we'll close it out. We got some raffle giveaway to go on too. So Seth chimed in with $20. Thanks, Seth. If you guys aren't aware of Seth, he is Venus Beach Dub Club. He does our theme for the podcast here. So go check him out on Spotify. A Little Higher. Type that in your Spotify and you can download the tune there. He says, "What's up, Van Dam fam? I just got hooked on Eric Bischoff's new freestyle wrestling show, RAF. I like it more than UFC. RVD, do you enjoy freestyle or any amateur wrestling? Man, these kids are fast nowadays. Holy smokes."
Yeah, so I hope that it does well. I thought the idea was cool. There's collegiate style wrestling, amateur wrestling in school, and then in college you can continue it a little bit and then you're done. Like there's nowhere to go after that. If you want to be in that specific sport, you can turn professional wrestler, but obviously that's a whole different agenda, different thing. So, I thought it sounded like a good idea from the beginning, and I hope that it does really well. I've watched the one match, which was Giorgio and the Turk. I can't remember I can't say his name without fucking it up. And but Giorgio, we showed you, he would go around and say, "Take me down, win $1,000." Remember that guy?
Yes.
So he had a match on RAF, and it was against this badass MMA dude, and maybe we should look his name up and say.
That's what I'm doing. I'm looking it up right now. Okay, it's Sarukian.
Cool.
The Armenian, yeah. Sarukian.
Cool dude, and I've seen a lot of videos of him since then too. But there was a messy build up for this fight, and then they had the match. It's not actually a fight, but they were smacking the shit out of each other, and it was getting ugly, and there was a lot of personality to it. And then at the very end, after the whistle is blown and they say break and they're done, then I believe it was Sal that I think he punched Giorgio. Can't remember if he punched him or shoved him or both, but he did something physical, like get the hell out of here. and there ended up being like the biggest run-in ever. It seemed like 15 minutes, just like everybody, and every time it looked like it was going to slow down, it would pick up again. And Arman Sarukian, thanks, Rocho. And very exciting. And I was thinking, okay, so these guys can make it not boring. Like, not that Olympic wrestling is boring, but it doesn't draw the same people with the same excitement. And now, if you're going to let them slap each other and let them break the rules and do run-ins and stuff like that, then I'm thinking, okay, I could see where, Hogan and Bischoff maybe have a little influence on what's happening. But anyway, that's the only one I saw. They did have a rematch, though. And and I wanted to see that. I saw part of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I will eventually. But I do like what they're doing. Nice to see. Yeah, I do like what they're doing with it, and hopefully it'll be a success. I mean, that's pretty fucking cool to be able to say, along with your accomplishments, well, I invented a whole new sport.
Right. I added and made that a little bit
more.
New
stage in the sport, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
Professional collegiate wrestling, I guess, would be a new sport. But anyway, I don't know how they're doing, except catching highlights and hearing them promote it. So I would love to check it out. Kurt Angle, I believe, is a commentator, right?
Yep.
I think Kurt Angle and who else is a commentator?
Is Chael Sonnen on there? Does he?
I think he is too. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out because, I mean, I like the little bit I watched. I watched some during the Olympics. I watched amateur wrestling, and I was like, it's pretty fascinating. I like the strategy that goes into it, and from what Seth's saying too, those guys are really fast, so it'll be neat to check out. Maddie has the Australian super chat for $2. What's the Japan connection to you and other boots? So I think, is he referring to you and Giant Baba?
I think I'm guessing that he's talking about the kick pads, because people call them kick boots, but they're actually, shin pads. They cover your shin, and the really good ones are made in Japan. Yeah, and so a lot of us have those, like way back in the day. Like Chris Jericho had them, and I had them. I think Lance Storm wore them, even though he didn't do like a lot of kicks, but I think that was part of his outfit. And then anyway, now, and I think even Rey Mysterio wears them now, I think. And I think, but anyway, there's one guy, his name is Cairo, and he does Rey Mysterio's masks too, but he's a costume dude, and all the wrestlers know him, and so it's all from the same guy. All the really good stuff, the top-notch stuff. And if you look back through my years, I wore a lot of cheaper stuff on my way up. I wore fucking black athletic tape on my wrists and ankles and shit. And then when I first had shin pads, I had a strip club house mom one time. There was a seamstress make me some shin pads one time, and they're just not the same. You know what I mean? At least they covered my shin. But if you look back through the years and you look for it, if you look back like before, I must have got my good shin pads probably in like 95, probably. Somewhere around 95, 96. So if you go back before then, I had shit, and it was fluffy, just cotton stuffed in there. And it was, and not that I'm trying to be, what's the word? Not that I'm trying to stereotype, but They made some pretty shitty ones in Mexico. But maybe now, I mean, this was 20 years ago, so maybe now, maybe they do have better ones in other places. But all those that we've worn them for years and shit, those are all from a dude named Cairo, like Cairo, I believe is. And also some of the shirts, like the Sabu shirt, the original me where I'm doing the spin kick with the flames. I think that was his. He's I think he's the same dude. Anyway, friend of the wrestlers. He had a wrestling store. We would always go by and visit it, when we were in town. And I think he's talking about that. Although when it comes to my boots, it was Baba in Japan that told me to start wearing boots when I did used to go barefoot. And I begrudgingly agreed to do it. I thought he was making a mistake, and I didn't want to do it. But I'm very glad that he had me do it, and it definitely added a lot of longevity to my career and my feet. My feet got beat up anyway. I wore thin boots, boxing boots, amateur wrestling shoes, special made thin shoes. My feet got beat up a lot anyway, but when they were barefoot, they were just vulnerable to everything, even stepping on glass on the way to the ring,
I bet. Yeah, you feel everything when you're barefoot. Oh, good question, Maddie.
I thought it made me look tough when I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
Now I think it made me look amateur.
Yeah, the only people that really went barefoot were the Von Erichs. And a couple few others, and so yeah, it was just different.
Maybe Haku.
Haku, yeah, he did that for a little bit too.
Those martial arts dudes. I don't know.
Yeah. Maddie asked you this too. Do you have any toys from when you were a kid? Spark them up. He said.
Oh man, that is a good question. I would think I do, but I can't think of one thing that I had when I was a kid. I know at one point, I got rid of my Star Wars figures, my Smurfs, my Masters of the Universe figures.
Wow.
And at that point, a lot of stuff. Pretty sure that went to Tony Vela. Fuck Tony Vela.
Oh yeah, you were saying that. I think he.
Yeah. And I feel like I would have kept something if it was really special to me, but I can't think of a damn thing what it would be. So that one might chew on me for a week, or maybe I'll be inside and I'll just see it. But right now, even the shit that I've had for many years still was shit that I picked up as an adult.
As an adult later on, yeah. Good question again, Maddie.
I wanted Soundwave, the Transformer, when I was a kid, and I couldn't get it because it was sold out everywhere. There was one Christmas, my mom looked everywhere, and everywhere was sold out. And I never did get it. So as an adult, I saw it one time at a convention and I just grabbed it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think I still have it, but I don't know because I'm not sure where it would be.
Oh, man. Soundwave. Yeah, look at that. I'm looking at him right now. Pretty awesome. All right, Travis B. He asked, any interaction with Brock Lesnar outside of the ring?
No. I got a story that I don't know. Oh hell, why not? Why not? There was a TV show called Before They Were Superstars. And this was like in 2003 or somewhere around there. And they were like little documentaries about us. It's on VHS. And they have our parents. They interview them. There's been documentaries about me a lot. Now that I think about it, there was that one. There's the A&E bio.
The One of a Kind DVD had a documentary on you, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I did Headstrong. But didn't WWE, didn't they do a different bio besides the A&E one? Like, I don't know. I thought they did, but what would the other one be? Like,
I'm trying to think what the other one would be.
Unless it was on on Peacock. They had one on Peacock, I think. Yeah, I think they had one that was on Peacock. And then this one, yeah, because the one on A&E took a lot of footage from it and reused it.
Yeah.
And then Vice, I don't know if you would count that as a documentary. Anyway, I was just going to tell a story that I'm familiar with. We were doing this, and Brock was also one of the celebrities that was being interviewed by this lady that was working for the WWE for a short time. She did them before they were superstars. I think that's what Brock, I think Edge did it. And anyway, I know this story through Paul. But they were interviewing Brock, and he's in his barn on his property, and every time the lady would start rolling the cameras and Brock would start talking, there was some birds that would chirp in the barn, and they'd have to cut, and they'd have to wait, and the way Paul tells it, Brock was getting pissed because they're getting later and later, and he's like, hey, I'm supposed to be able to go to the gym at 1:00, and this is already taken, we're not going to be done in time, and they got to do it, and the birds start chirping again, and the way Paul said that Brock went and he grabbed the nest full of bird eggs, threw it down on the ground, stomped it, bam, bam, stomped all the eggs and little baby birds, and blood was squirted like all over everybody. And then he sat down. He said, now let's fucking do this. And the lady was so traumatized that she left. She might have even quit the company. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
holy shit. Man.
There, and I do have one outside the ring story. I remember one time, this was on that fucking European tour that we did the plane ride from hell on, and all the boys are in a bar, and Brock's sitting there, and he's talking to some girl. I honestly can't remember if it was one of our girls or not. I can't remember. It was a female. And Nash and Scott do a drive-by, a walk-by. And as they walk by, they thought it'd be funny to say something to Brock about, hey, your wife wanted me to remind you to call her. Something to that effect.
Yeah.
And they just left. And Brock sat there and he was getting stewed over, getting pissed. Maybe, your wife called, make sure you call her, something like that. And Brock was like, he was getting pissed, and I saw it like building up inside of him. I guess I was sitting with him drinking. It must have been. And I remember him saying, I'm going to go up there, kick their door down, and fucking throw both of those guys around the fucking room. And somebody, I'm guessing it was Paul, but I don't remember who was there, was talking him down, saying, don't do that. Don't do that. He's like, fuck that. They think I'm going to take that. I'm going to fucking go there and fucking belly both of them. And I was watching this, and Brock was like brand new to me at this time. And this is like the first time that I was like really assessing him, and I was like, yeah, I think he could do it, Like, I think if he wants to, he could go out there and throw both of those guys fucking around the room. I could see that happening. And, not knowing what a legendary fucking toughest guy in the world Brock was gonna be known as,
Right,
but
man.
talked him down. Whoever was sitting with us, I can't remember who it was that was saying don't do it, and he didn't do it.
Yeah.
He was
Early
pissed.
Brock Lesnar.
Not into having a conversation anymore. He was fuck those motherfuckers. Yeah.
He's like they cock blocked me. Cock block Brock.
It could have just been even one of our wrestlers. I really don't know, but yeah. Anyway, he took that as disrespect.
Yeah.
Probably talking about his wife too. That alone is too far for a lot of people.
That'll trigger you.
Motherfucking name out your motherfucking mouth.
Motherfucking name out your motherfucking mouth. Lady Nisa has a good question for you. My bestie is going to the Sphere for No Doubt in June. What's a top Las Vegas dispensary item she should try? Is that what she meant by dispo? That's what I assumed.
Yeah. I don't know about specific items. If you got time, and you want an experience, well, there's two places I would send you. One is Planet 13, and they're the biggest. They're the biggest indoors, actually. They got a restaurant, gift shop, all kinds of it's very, very, very big, and it's cool to go to. But also, this is just north of town, so depending, it's really just like 1 mile from downtown, but it's across the North Las Vegas border, just right there. And that's Nuwu. And Nuwu is a really cool place to hang out with. They have events all the time. They have like an outdoor stage. They have a very, very big place inside. And as far as items, everything, even an infused bar, you can go and sit and have or infused, or do dabs at the dab bar while you're drinking the infused drinks. They probably might have something going on their event schedule while you're here. So Nuwu, that's NUWU, and Planet 13 are two places that are that have every item that you're going to find anywhere else.
How do you spell it? I'll type it in the chat.
Nuwu, NUWU.
WU. Okay, there it is. I typed it in there for you, Lady Lisa. It's all there for you. And I put you in the raffle too for one, since you've been a member for 11 months. Anytime, if you're a member on rvdtv.com and you have a month membership chat you use, I'll put you in the raffle. So, and we'll close out with this one. Dustin asks, RVD, if Katie was your valet in ECW, what couples would you and Katie have liked to feud against in ECW, and why? The couples feuds were awesome.
They were Kimona and whoever she's managing, because I'd be hoping that Kimona wanted to come home with us. Sabu taught me, don't fuck the boys. The girls are the boys. Don't fuck the boys. But Kimona was very attractive. I would have liked to work with Dreamer and Beulah. That would have been fun.
Ooh, yeah.
That would have been
real good.
Top choice, because I always liked wrestling Dreamer, still do, and he had Beulah involved in some pretty creative and extreme ways, so that would have been good for us.
That's right. Plus, Beulah fought Fonzie once, and so you could continue.
Right. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, it'd be very organic. It already makes sense. We already got the part of the story for it. There was Francine and Shane.
That would be a good one too. That'd be a good one. Yeah, Francine and Shane. That'd be good. I like it.
I think who all there was. There was Jason Knight and Just Incredible and Lance, right? Mm-hmm. And he might have had somebody else for a while too. I don't know.
Candido and Sonny.
Yeah, that would have been good too. That would have been great. I would have liked that too. And then also maybe I just lost it. What was I gonna say? Who the fuck was I just thinking of? Oh, I guess Sandman and Peaches. What I was thinking, yeah. Because
I
I'm
guess
your wrestling. That would have been fun too. Yeah.
That would have been fun. Another one you could have done. I don't know how long she was there for, but Lita was there as Miss Congeniality with Danny Doring. I think Danny Doring.
That's
and
true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah. It was cool having Katie as my valet in TNA, but it was also very new to me. So like it would have been nice to do it long enough to think of ways that are really creative that you don't see anyone else doing, and being able to apply that in some kind of original way. You know what I mean? I don't know how long that would take, but instead it was just kind of like a short-term thing. It seems like it was short-term in my memory, but
it was pretty. I think it was pretty short. You guys, from what you had though, was pretty creative. I thought you guys did some fun stuff that was like different. I thought too.
People just know she's with me anyway. Like at the show WrestleCon week here in Las Vegas, it was the afternoon show, the Big Time Wrestling show with the 6-man. Right before like my music hit, she just decided I'm gonna go out there first and dance a little bit and then come out. Wait, I'm gonna dance, and I had no idea. Like it wasn't talked about.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't like walking me down to the ring or I knew of or anything. She's like, I'm gonna go out there first and dance a little bit, and so wait before you come out. I'm like, all right, cool.
Hey, well, yeah, heck yeah.
The shit that's on the fly that's really happening is always my favorite.
That's it. Yeah, spur of the moment stuff, you can't beat it. So the organic stuff in wrestling that keeps it going. So yeah. All right. That'll do it for the chat stuff. We're gonna do the raffle here real quick, and then we'll end the show.
We did another long one, huh?
I know we did do another long one, big time. So Dustin, I gave yours away since you said give them to the marks whenever you did a super chat. So Triple E, you are entered into the chat. Melinda, you are entered in the chat on behalf of Dustin. So thank Dustin for being entered into the chat. Seth, you got 4 entries because you paid $20. And so up for grabs, like I said, are the RVD, not the RVD Hulk Hogan, RVD TNA debut card. You get an RVD IOU. Anytime you meet RVD in person, you'll get a photo op and an autograph from RVD. And then the runner-up here will get the LA Knight card. Oop, that I just dropped. Top card. So, all right, we'll spin for number 1. This is the grand prize here, the RVD TNA debut plus RVD IOU. Let's spin the wheel, see who wins. A lot of entries this week, so thanks everybody for doing it. You got, oh boy, it's a wrestling historian. Congrats to you. So, wrestling historian, you've got to give me your information. Email me at dpdangelo at gmail.com with your info, and we'll send that out to you with the RVD IOU. All right, runner up here, we're going to get for the LA Knight Topps Chrome.
Spin that wheel.
Spin the wheel, daddy. Come on. And it looks like it's Frankie Turizo. Congrats, Frankie. You're gonna have to give me your info. You always ask the big questions. You did an LA Knight Topps Chrome insert. So there you go. All right. So fun stuff, Rob. We did have another long one this week, but what a great one it was too. So
cool, man. I appreciate it as always. Appreciate
absolutely.
The fans. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Hope you learned some stuff.
Yes, indeed. Yes, hope you got an education and stuff. Hey, this is the end of May, so that's the end of Mental Health Awareness Month. But always beware of your mental health. Be always on the lookout for that too. Keep it in tune with stuff. All right. Well, cool. We'll pick it up back next week. Rob, it's always a blast hanging out with you. And this night was no different. Trash night was no different.
Yeah, don't forget the trash.
Don't forget the trash, everybody. Take out your trash. It's Thursday.
Cool. Appreciate it, Van Dam fam. Everybody have a good week. And thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you next time here on A One of a Kind with who? Oh, it's with RVD.
New